There we go. There we go.
I'm
Awesome.
back and I'm clear.
We back and we clear. Much love and we here. So, brother, first of all, like, thank you for serving. You were talking about, going into the Navy, coming out of the Navy. I didn't know that because, of course, Tom, he was in the Navy as well. So y'all have that in common. And yeah, just continue talking about, your story of just how you came up and how your path has led you in this very unique direction, you know?
Nothing special about me at all. Nothing at all. Uh, Smoked cigarettes, drank alcohol, did it all, party.
Hmm.
But I always had like something telling me I need to fast. Because back in 2002, I was fasting,
Hmm.
smoking cigarettes, drinking alcohol. I'm juice fasting. I've been fasting, just something. And as I've gotten older and experienced more, I've started letting more and more go.
Hmm.
I've dibbled and I can say I've dibbled and dabbled in everything
Hmm.
except the hard stuff, but
Okay.
I done dibbled and dabbled in the good and the bad. I go a little bit of everywhere.
Got you. Got
And
Oh man, I haven't heard about that too much, Sheldon. So you said smoking cigarettes and drinking alcohol while juice fasting. How does
juice.
that combination, like, how did that go together for your body? Like, with those alchemical concoctions, with you being an alchemist in that way, like, what did you start to see with your body that you started to let go a little bit of this and a little bit of that, like? That sounds like you're a scientist in your own laboratory doing experiments.
Well, it wasn't never religious for me. It wasn't a religious thing. It really didn't start off as a spiritual thing.
Hmm.
It was, I can do that. Let me try this. Oh, I like it. I got to do it again. And then I just kept going. It went from juice fasting to fruit fasting to dry fasting. I just skipped water altogether, like just straight to dry. Let me see if I can do this. Let me see if I can do this.
Whoa, whoa.
No,
So it
but
was you
but
were just
all
in.
through
Go
it,
ahead, go ahead.
I've never been like constant and consistent at it.
Oh,
It'll just pop up like I need to fast.
yeah,
Then it could be 2 years later. Here I am fasting again.
yeah.
Go fast. What you doing? Oh, fasting. What you fasting for? Just because my body's telling me I need to fast.
So it was just because you could. You're saying like it wasn't like you felt like you should. You
Mm-mm.
it's you're like I could.
Mm-mm. It's supposed to make me healthy. Let me try it out. I want to try everything out. I got a lot of questions.
Hmm.
Everybody, I
Right.
want to know. Let me figure this out. If it don't work, it don't work. I tried. If it
Right.
worked, good. I can add it to the arsenal. I
Hmm.
can get the shit that I use that makes me happy. It makes me feel as if I'm progressing.
Right.
Where? Even though I don't know where the heck I'm going.
Hmm.
I just know, like when I started working out, I've been working out for years.
Hmm.
Me and my wife, 20 years.
Yeah.
Same, La Cienega and Slauson, 24-hour fitness.
Hmm.
Working out, but we weren't consistent. We weren't eating right. And then all of a sudden, we just start eating right.
Hmm.
And then the muscles just start packing on. Them muscles you saw at the retreat, those are nothing but 8-month-old muscles. Because before that, they was little something, but they was sloppy. It was just what everybody else looks like when they walking around. They goes to the gym every day.
Hmm.
You know, the muscles wasn't. It wasn't until I started really tapping into the kitchen and the food that I'm eating is when I started realizing, oh. And once you start seeing it,
Hmm.
nobody tell you nothing then. because it's work.
Right, right. So in the 2 decades, going to the same, 24-hour fitness, like the same gym with your partner, like with your wife, it really sounds like she's been like a support system, this whole time. Like she's held you up and held you down in that way. Would you say that?
I agree.
Okay. Okay. So were you on this journey like together in that way? Like did one person start before the other, or you both kind of went at the same time?
Now we run as a unit.
Okay.
We've been together. Shoot, we've been married for 20 years.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
we run. We run together.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. So how do you feel like she's been, a motivation to keep you going, or has it been more you keeping her like with you both as a unit? Who do you feel like how do you feel she best has supported you, and how have you best supported her in that way on this type of journey?
Well, she does all the cooking.
Okay. Okay.
She makes sure that the food we eat is the right food, and
Right.
she's the best at it. And she's been getting better and better and better, and nothing but better.
Hmm.
She when we work, yeah, she like my little secret weapon. When we work out, I'm the trainer, but we're doing the workout. So if I'm looking at her and seeing her gains, I know I'm getting the same gains. So it's a give and a take,
Yeah.
give
Yeah.
and a give, however you want to put it.
So she's a reflection,
I
to have that connection.
tell her all the time, we the same person.
Wow. Wow.
Because when I was getting big and fluffy and my titties wanted to hang low, hers was too.
When you talk about, the fluffy era, the fluffy season, what was, because I was raised eating everything. My family still eats everything. I got
Mhm.
family in, Riverside, Moreno Valley, Pasadena, and just different family in different places and different spaces in California. But they look at me crazy, the way that I live my life today. I'm
Mhm.
definitely the black sheep. I'm definitely over there. So what were the things that you used to be digesting,
Every
and used to be investing during the fluffy season?
My favorite of all time is a smothered pork chop.
Wow. Okay.
Favorite. And then a bacon. I used to go to Subway. I'll go get one of them Subway clubs, and I had like 25 different meats on it by the time I done doubled the meat and added extra bacon. Man,
Hmm.
and eat it all. Then one day, my cousin had a party, and one of my other cousins was like, "Yeah, I'm vegan." And I was like, "Oh, really?" Like I say, I like to try everything. Tell me more. She
Hmm.
started telling me about vegan. So I ended up being vegan for like 5 years. Me and my whole family, we was stone cold, like
Just like that?
heck yeah, like because I'm always trying to figure something out. I don't know what it is. I don't know. But we went vegan. Well, it's not just like that. It was a rehearsal phase. But we went vegan 5 years, cold turkey. But my body started craving meat.
Hmm.
Now, I don't know how to put this because there's a lot of vegans, but me personally, after being vegan for 5 years,
Hmm.
I prefer eating more for my blood type
Hmm.
than being vegan.
Okay.
Because as of now, because of eating for my blood type, I see veganism as a scam.
Hmm.
Straight scam, scam, scam.
Interesting.
Because the reason it's a scam is because all they do is have you give up your red meat. They demonize the red meat, but then they tell you to eat more pasta, potatoes, rice, the stuff that makes you fat, the stuff that turns the sugar right when you put it in the body.
Interesting.
And a lot of people like to say that meat is a heavy, dense food, especially for the ones who want to be extra spiritual and blah. You done heard it all, right? But that is not as dense as an Oreo.
Mm,
You know, put an Oreo right here in your stomach and tell me how long it takes to rot.
mm,
Put the same meat in your stomach and then tell me how long it takes to rot. Meat rots naturally. The bread we eat doesn't rot.
mm.
This right here accelerates the rotten process. You know? So when people tell me this is heavy, but then they go eat some mac and cheese, like I'm vegan or I'm vegetarian, like, okay, great.
I see. I see.
Processed foods. Because we got to remember all bread, all grains are processed. They turn to sugar and they don't have any nutritional value.
Okay. So eating for your blood type. This is very unique. I haven't heard many individuals. This might be the first time that I've heard somebody talk about eating for their particular blood type.
Hmm.
I'm trying to think of myself like, what is my blood type? Like, I don't even know. Like, a lot of people, when you ask them their blood type, a lot of people couldn't tell you. That's not something that people commonly really just know off the top of their head, like just what is my blood type and eating and ingesting for your blood type alone. So very, very interesting. And when you're talking about as a unit and as a family, as a collective, you're not just talking about you and your wife. Are you talking about children as well?
Yeah. I got a 24-year-old, a 19-year-old, and a 12-year-old.
24, 19, and 12.
Yes, sir. And
Okay.
I have
Are
one
they girls and
left,
boys?
two girls, the oldest, and a boy still at the house.
Nice, nice. Wow. And so what have been, their thoughts or their, you know, observations of your transitions, with you being the head of the household or just both you and your wife, like manning the ship, like steering the ship, putting up the sail and just like all speed ahead. How has that trickled down to your daughters and your son?
Mhm. Um, we try to instill the best that we can,
Yeah.
but as we all know, you're gonna do what the hell you want to do. So we allow them to do that. I give my son free range to, try to make his own decisions, just like I give my daughters. My daughters, they're in school right now doing their thing out the house. I
Mm-hmm.
got my son being homeschooled right now. And after junior high, he wants to go. I'm gonna send him to high school so he could get a taste of the outside world. But you know, when I come in with the food ideas, or that if we gonna do this, or we gonna do this as a family, is we're gonna start hiking, or we're gonna start writing before we start eating our food. At first, you get the crooked out, but you do it for a few days, it's normal.
Right.
Just gotta realize, don't worry about what they think, just do it.
Yeah.
It'll work out in the end.
Yeah. Man,
Mhm.
speaking of hiking, brother Sheldon, when you say like we gonna go hiking, you were telling me that Wednesdays is for hiking at 11 a.m. or
Mhm.
or no, before you said before 11 a.m., right?
Yeah.
So hiking seems to be almost like you said, you've never been religious, but it seems like part of your religion would be like
Mhm.
hiking. Like, would you say that going out into nature, hiking, I know they have some wonderful trails, wonderful hiking spots in California. And, would you say that that's been something that has definitely lifted you up in more ways than one in these past years?
Part of the journey for sure.
Okay.
I love it. It's nothing like it. It's the feeling that it gives me, the air that it puts inside of me. I mean, you can't find it on Crenshaw. It's Lawson.
Mhm.
So getting my feet in the sand, like I like to hike barefoot. I barefoot hike. I'm talking about up in the mountains. I'm joyous. Rocks, everything. I'm stepping over them. It didn't take that long either to get used to it. It took like a week or two. But you know, I just stomping through everything.
Primal, just primal with the bare feet, just stomping, just going through. I mean, that's how it's supposed to be, bare feet. I mean, that's how we traverse. That's how we migrated. We forget that shoes are an invention.
Hmm.
People are like, I gotta have my Nikes, I gotta have my Jordans, I gotta have, but these are all inventions if we really think about it. This is not, the natural way. So I admire and respect that you go the natural way, you know.
Yeah. And it doesn't feel weird. It feels like you're actually, it's a lot of stuff out here where you be like, let me try this, and you don't like some could say the Qigong, but when you do it, right? But there's some stuff out there where you do it and you be like, nothing.
Mm.
Nothing. Nothing. But they can also be you not being consistent in it as well. But I want to feel it immediately.
Mhm.
That's how I know Qigong work, because I can feel it now.
Right,
I
right.
jumped my son up. I jumped my son up and down,
Mhm.
for like 2 minutes and told him to hold it. And if you feel anything, he was like, yeah. I was like, welcome. Hit him with the welcome you be giving. Welcome.
Oh man,
Yeah,
I want to get into Qigong, Brother Sheldon, but we also have Sophia down here in the comments. And Sophia says, I am B minus, so B negative blood type. And I feel that my body does not respond optimally to only eating fruits and veggies. So I can relate eating for blood type. Could you speak to that?
listen. Everybody like that. It's nice and it's beautiful to think that everyone is the same,
Mm,
but we are not the same. Everyone has different blood types. If you want to know your blood type, Amazon has a DIY kit. You can do it yourself for $9. It takes like 5 minutes. You prick your finger, you dab it like 3 or 4 times. The test results come up.
mm,
$9. If you got a family, you can get the pack. $9 each.
mhm,
But we all aren't the same, because like I'm a O, so that means I'm more. My ancestors, they say, were more hunter gatherers,
mm,
which means they were more at the you know meat eaters.
mm,
But a blood type A is more vegan.
mm,
A blood type B is in between a A and a O. And they can eat meat, and they do good, and it's beneficial to be more leafy greens and stuff like that.
wow. Wow. Okay, so there's a do it yourself kit on Amazon that anybody can check out their own blood type. They don't need to go to the medical field to figure out. That's awesome. So,
Won't
uh,
tell you. Obviously, the medical field's not telling you,
yeah,
because you been know. I mean, they want to stick a needle in you every time you go to the doctor and take your blood, but they're not going to tell you what your blood type is.
yeah, yeah.
Or what they doing with your blood. Blood is very powerful, man, and we got to realize that everything isn't what we think it is in this world, and we got to open our mind and start realizing certain things.
I agree. I agree. The only thing I remember is my mother did tell me that I have some sort of weird blood that it's like the blood cells are oddly shaped. So I
Chicken
have
said,
like so I don't think sickle. I don't. It's something different. I'll figure out what it is, and I'll text it to you. I'll send it to you. But it's
mm-hmm.
just like they're oddly shaped, and I'm at risk for certain things that I never knew I was at risk for. But it's just like ever since I was born, I've had these oddly shaped blood cells. So I need to do more research for that. You're encouraging me now. You're inspiring me to do more research on blood. That we used to sing in the church when I was in the church. I was raised in the church. We would sing songs like "There's power in the blood." We would sing that song. That was a song we sung in the church. There's power, power, wonder working power in the blood. Like there's power in the blood. We would sing it to the
It,
heavens, but it was like, did we really know what we were singing? You know, did we understand the power that we were talking about? You know.
that blood connects you to millions of people.
Mm,
Millions that you don't even can't even imagine.
mm,
It connects you back to your ancestors. I mean, just go back a few decades and imagine. Go back about 3, 4, 500 years. How many grandparents you have?
mm. Wow, wow. Brother, you know, you mentioned that ever since you were young, Brother Sheldon, you've always had questions. You've
Mhm.
always been so curious, and you've always been like almost like a seeker of knowledge, of information, of like observation and just wondering. You know, you've kept that inner child alive that questions this and questions that and wonders, well, that doesn't really sound right, or let me try this, let me see for myself, you know, let me have my own lived experience with this. So what were some of the biggest questions that you've had in life that have kind of broken down so many of these different, you know, systems that we have in the matrix, as people call it, that kind of had to break down for you to have a breakthrough in your consciousness? Like, what were some of the biggest questions that really perplexed you as a young child, you know?
Why? Why do I do this? Why do I do that? Why am I doing this? Why in the fuck did I do that?
Mm-hmm.
That's it. And then from that why, it goes to more why. And then it goes to how come. And from the how come, I get a how about.
Mm.
And from the how about, I get a, you know what, my dude? That's crazy, but I think I can do it. And then I'll go do it, and I'll fail, go do it again, fail, then do it, and be like, babe, I'm going to do it, and then fail, and fail, and then finally I catch traction.
Okay. Okay. You just never give up. You just
Yeah, I give up all the time. I got so much stuff on my checklist, objective list. I gotta complete. It's ridiculous, but it's there, and I know I feel. You know, I'm not rushing. Everybody is always rushing. Like we gonna run out of time.
mm.
Like where you gonna go? Yeah, you got time. We'll do it. I'll get to it. You know, it ain't always healthy, but it ain't always bad either.
Right. Right. So your pace has always been at a different cadence, at a different tempo than other people. Your pace, it's like you're not running a race. Other people are running a race. You go at your pace. You're like, we're gonna get there eventually. You know, I could just go slow and steady. I don't have to be in a rush for anything. You know.
So this is all new stuff to me. You know, I've been in the race. Everybody's been in the race. Come on. We all been racing, but now I'm learning to relax my shoulders.
Slow down. Yeah.
Breathe. You know, what the hell was that? You know, that thought that come in my mind instead of shooing away, to observing it.
Mhm.
Instead of saying reject it, what you want?
Yeah.
You want nothing. You don't want it there. It's just there to try
Mhm.
to, you know. This is all who I am becoming.
Mm.
I love it. You know, it's fast. It's I just and I don't even see it. It just
Mm.
happens. You know, it's just like I was talking to my niece yesterday. I'm like, yeah, I'm not eating Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I don't know what I'm gonna do after watermelon season. She's like, oh, you're fasting for 3 days. I'm like, huh? No, I don't even see it as, but no, I don't see it as fasting. It's just what I'm doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't
I,
even feel like fasting anymore.
it's not fasting.
It's not fasting.
Yeah.
That's just to sell you. Boom, get them in there. Let's get them through the door. Hey, have you ever tried fasting? Fasting, and then let the universe do the rest. Let the cosmic energy do the rest. They just try and put it in their system. You know, like I said, I was smoking cigarettes, drinking Hennessy,
Mm.
Jimmy Martin. Talking
Mm.
about let's juice up some watermelon and some pineapple and some cucumbers and and some carrots.
Oh man, that combination. My mind is boggled by these combinations. You really like a wizard. Like I see like a cauldron with a pot and a whole concoction, like let's mix it up. Let's mix it in. Let's
Like,
throw it in
you
there.
not gonna, you what? So on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday,
Mhm.
steak, steak all day. Steak, steak, please, baby, steak.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. Oh my God. So when you're talking about cosmic energy, because for a lot of people, you know, even people who did grow up religious, or people who considered certain things demonic, or certain things like secular, or certain things out there, since you're saying you didn't grow up in the church, or you didn't grow up around a religious family at all.
Yeah, I grew up in the. I got some church experience.
Okay, so having that church experience, now having these terminologies like cosmic energy, and doing things like meditation, doing things like Qigong, was it just like easy for you to embrace different ideologies, different philosophies, different, methods and modalities?
It's nothing. It's not about it being easy. It's what resonated with me.
Right.
It's a lot of stuff I hear every day that doesn't resonate. But when I can sit and it resonate, and when something resonate, how that feel. If it resonate, I'm a run with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I hear smart stuff, stupid stuff all day. It's
Right.
just what resonates with me. Now, I'm not saying I don't resonate with a lot of stupid stuff, but it gotta resonate.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the more experience I get, the wiser I get, the less stupid it get, the more enlightened it get.
Hmm. Hmm. And the more we lighten up with that enlightenment, we lighten up the body, we lighten up the mind, the
Mm,
two go hand
Attitude,
in hand for sure.
everything, light up everything.
For sure, for sure. So, when you're talking about, I love how you talked about, Sheldon, that, first you have the question, why? Why do I do this? Why do I do that? Why did I do this? Why did I do that? Why? And then from why, you said it goes to how come? How come? How come? How come? And then from how come, it goes to how about? And that's very uplifting. That's very shifting. That's very gifting. That how about, like, why not? You know?
Mm.
So when you're transitioning in this way with your curiosity, following the breadcrumbs of your inquisitiveness, your inquiry, when you're going down this road of energy work, when was the first time that you felt like you felt your own energy? Like, when was the first time that you felt your energy growing, or the energy flowing in a way that made you want to continue, down this path?
Well, I've been from the beginning. I felt it in my hands. I felt the tingles and stuff in my hands.
Okay.
Like 2 weeks ago, we were doing it, and as I was breathing,
Mm-hmm.
you can feel the nimbleness of that ball, and I was really molding the ball. I could feel it, like, oh my gosh. And then you can't feel it, but then you feel it, like, there you go, oh my, and then it was over. It's
Yeah.
over. Come on. I, I mean, come on. I grew up playing Street Fighter 2.
Yeah. Yeah. With Ken and Ryu,
It's
you know?
over.
Street Fighter 2 with Ken and Ryu and Balrog and Zangief and
I've always
yeah.
wondered, can this be real? Now, somebody doing it for 2, 3 weeks can't do it. Somebody doing it probably for 30 years can't do it. But if say you doing it for 70, 80 years and you just, man, anything, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's a
Oh man.
possibility now. I got it. Like, oh.
So you said, hold on. Okay. So you said, Sheldon, so with Street Fighter 2, with Ken and Ryu, the Hadouken, Hadouken,
You already know.
Hadouken. So they're
Yes.
throwing the spirit balls across the screen, and you're like, there's got to be something to this, you know? Like, can a human being throw an actual ball, like, you know, a ball of energy?
Childhood dream. I'm telling
Wow.
you. Always thought about it.
Okay. Okay. Nice, nice. They, you know, they say the truth is hidden in plain sight.
Mhm. Always. That's the best place to put it.
Yeah.
Nobody's paying attention.
Oh my God. Oh my God. So with the retreat that we had together in Long Beach, you know, with Elitom, with Nabiha, with Elena, with everybody, you know, coming together as a collective gathering, what do you feel were some of the highlights? You know, because you were there for, I mean, pretty much every day, you know, pretty much every day of the retreat you were with us. What do you feel were some of the highlights for you that you enjoyed from that retreat?
But I came for Ellie time, so just hearing him speak the Qigong with you, I didn't know nothing about no dang Qigong. What the heck? But that was just super plus bonus. Super plus plus. You see, I'm doing it. I'm in the class. I felt it.
Hmm. Hmm.
So, you know,
Yeah.
now,
Yeah.
just, you know, confirmed what I was already doing just a little bit more, put it what the little pieces that I didn't know about even talking to you in the car, just the little pieces about the breatharian path that I didn't know about and how it could, because like you say, this isn't a thing. It's a such thing as starvation.
Mm.
It's a such thing as starvation and a mental illness,
Mm.
so.
Yeah, yeah. So, what do you feel were some of the questions that you went into the retreat with that from hearing Ellie Tom speak or having conversations, they were answered before you left? Like, what questions were answered for you? What confirmations can you talk about?
Well, I've always been iffy on meditation.
Okay.
That meditation video, the spiritual of meditation, the spiritualness of meditation, something like that. That really opened my eyes. I came home and I showed the whole family, like, look, look, you guys see it, right? It's really hard for me even now to like get into meditation and just to sit down and do it. Even when I sit down and do it for 15 minutes, I'm like, how much? When is it? What time is it? I, I'm working on it.
Mhm.
But that was a good one. And when we were sitting down, just having the basic Q&A,
Mhm.
you know, was real good. I don't have any questions that I asked off the top of my head right now, but yeah, it was all good to me.
Okay, okay. So with meditation being challenging, you know,
Hmm.
and of course, Eli Tom, his message has always been consistent. You know, meditation is the foundation. Meditation is like medication, you know, that can alleviate the frustration and raise the vibration. Meditation, meditation, meditation. So now, you know, your relationship with it, you feel it evolving now, or do you feel like you know, some people they resonate, like you said, resonate. I like you use that word resonate. People
Hmm.
resonate with different things. Like some people, they find it hard to just sit down in stillness. So they like slow movement, like a movement meditation.
Hmm.
Even hiking, you know, if you're hiking, that could be a meditation. You know, not even hiking, even long distance biking for somebody, that could be a meditation. So I think there's a lot of different stipulations or connotations of relaxation, you
It's
know?
a lot of different meditations, but it's only one that really gets you to the 5D destination. And that's what I'm trying to do. That's the one I'm trying to get. Like, why are you stuck down here? I want to be up there with them folks. That's what I want to do. That's it right there. Nothing. I go to the gym. That's a meditation. I walk to the store. That's a, yeah. La, 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 la. I want to go to the 5D.
The 5D. So the
Me.
fifth, yeah. Can you explain like the fifth dimensional plane, the 5D?
Yeah, up
We're
there with Buddha in them. Up there with Buddha in them. We
with
walking around with them. Hey, what we doing today?
oh man. Oh man. So with you being inspired by the 5D, with you being inspired by the Buddha, with you being inspired by, these enlightened masters, these ascended masters, the great sages throughout the ages of the pages that we read, when did when did that light, come on in your mind of, oh, okay, the human being can go further,
The
like,
retreat. The
go ahead.
retreat. The retreat.
So that was actually, so this year was
Yeah.
the first time.
Yes, yes. I've always tried meditating. I've been meditating for years, for like 5, 10 minutes,
Okay.
15 minutes. After the retreat, that was my first time, like not setting an alarm and just meditating,
Yeah.
not setting the timer, you know. Oh, I'm doing all this fasting, all this retention, all this eating right for better meditation.
Mm.
That's how I felt. Like,
Yeah.
and then he showed the video, and then we.
Yeah. Yeah. Then you saw the correlation, then you saw the connection, for the better direction. So, when you're doing all this fasting, like you say, I'm doing all of this fasting, and you do understand that it does, make a better meditation and an emptier stomach makes makes a more vibrant mind, or a more vibrant vessel, when we're not kind of bombarded by so much density, as you called it. I like the comparison, the Oreo comparison of different densities, But when we're vibrating at a different frequency, a different rate of vibration, frequency, what you do frequently becomes your frequency, and it becomes what you frequently see. So how has fasting changed not only your mentality, but also changed your reality, like what you see in your perception, what you see in your perspective of the collective? How has fasting kind of like changed you on all those aspects?
I can't just give it to fasting because I
Okay,
got to give it to it's everything that we do.
the whole
You know,
package. Yeah.
it's the whole package. It's the eating right, the going to sleep, getting your rest, getting enough of this and that, and whatever it is that's what it is. It's not just one thing. It's all a part of the collective to make the whole.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know? So fasting, yeah, it take discipline. It helps with the discipline, and thinking of a well-disciplined man, yeah, do that. And you mess with your mind because when you're going through it, that stomach gonna be talking to you and it's gonna say, "Hey, what about us?" Yeah,
Right.
but then you realize, like, that pain in my stomach ain't nothing but me burning fat.
Mm.
It's burning. That's you burning fat. It's easy going in, tastes good and all. It sucks coming out. That's why it only lasts 5 seconds because the body's it's churning. That grilling spike. It's you burning fat and it sucks. But most people can't take it. I need to go get a grape or a muffin.
Mm.
You know.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right. Most people, we run to go answer that call, when we go ahead.
So now when I feel it and I know exactly what it is, I embrace it. Like, oh, I'm losing fat. I'm burning off this excess. Yes. And I just breathe into it.
Yes,
And,
yes.
and it does. It only lasts 2 to 5 minutes. Like, it don't last long. Ever.
Right,
Ever
right.
have that just set me down all day. Like, oh. I had some stuff that made me feel like I could go sit down all day, but never.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I love this. So instead of trying to erase it, you just face it, you just embrace it, you know?
knowledge is power. I mean, it might not be true, but it's true to me.
Yeah.
I'm burning fat.
Mm.
Burning fat sucks.
Hmm.
Go with it. And it works for
Yeah.
me, you know?
To what would you attribute or say that you owe to your military training in the Navy or even just your discipline in the gym? Would you say that psychologically you've been equipped, you've already been prepared to do a discipline such as fasting?
Mm-mm,
Not at all?
mm-mm. You can't prepare yourself to fast. You just got to fast. There's no preparation needed. It's either you can do it or you can't. We gonna do a 3-day fast. How long can you last? 1 day, good for you. 3 days, Merry Christmas.
I
Oh,
love this. I feel like have you ever seen a movie called Major Payne?
yeah, yeah.
Major Payne. Oh
Damon,
my God. I think it was one of the Wayans, maybe one of the Wayans.
Damon, Damon Wayne.
Damon Wayans with Major Payne, like one tubby tubby, two tubby tubby, like just like a drill. I just see a drill sergeant that's like, Merry Christmas. Oh, good for you. Good for
Mm-hmm.
you.
Good.
Merry Christmas. Like,
I'm
like
talking
happy
about
birthday. Right?
you do a 14-day fast.
Hmm.
Anybody there gonna pat you on your butt and
Mm.
say, good job? No.
No.
Is there any reward after that 14 days? But you still do it.
Yeah.
Why? You don't know the outcome. You don't know what's going to happen in 5 seconds. So you for dang sure don't know what's going to happen.
Hmm.
Right? But you do it. Why? What's resonating inside of you to make you want to go on this journey and starve yourself, you know? And not eat all this deliciousness out here.
Mm.
It's something that gotta resonate.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, definitely for me it's been a feeling state, It's like I never knew that I could have more energy, more clarity, less brain fog, more purposefulness, meaningfulness, vibrancy, like all the things that I thought I was lacking, the feelings when I was feeling depressed, when I was feeling anxious, when my nervous system was out of whack, all of the things that I thought that I lacked, everything came back when I just started fasting, when I started letting go, you know, to let more energy flow in my life and let things grow in my life instead of like just stuffing it all down. I didn't know, I had no idea. So it was mind-boggling. For me, it was a great awakening. It was almost like a spiritual awakening for me to find out that I had been knowingly or unknowingly, inhibiting my the life force,
Mhm.
just the vitality within me was just ringing. My body was like singing after I just let go, after I surrendered and let go. So it wasn't really so much of I like what you said, Sheldon, about it's not like anything prepares you. It's you do it or you don't.
Mhm.
You can handle it or you can't. It's like it's you got to find out for yourself. It's like up to the individual. Yeah.
And then, like, yeah, the vitality it gives you and all this and that. But to be honest, that's just the basics.
Yeah.
That's just the base. That's just it's something in you that's resonating deeper than that because that's just the basic skim deep level.
Hmm.
It's way more to this that we have not even fathomed yet. So the feeling good, being able to have fun with my wife and do this and that, you should have been able to do that already. Oh, you know, why is it resonating so deep?
Hmm.
That's something that we all got to figure out.
Yeah.
Because we already know that not eating this is going to make you feel better than that, and doing this is going to make this, and doing that. Why is this? Why are we resonating with this, with our time and
Right.
our lives? That's what I want to know now. I always got a question.
Mm.
That's my question.
Okay.
What,
Okay.
why? It's not so my toenails can be nice and clear and I don't have chapped lips. It's something deeper. This is my soul speaking.
Right. A
This
soul calling.
this is something different. This ain't a burger from In and Out.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
we'll see. Time will tell.
So it's deeper than surface level. It's not just skin deep. It's deeper. You
That's
know.
that's the basics.
Yeah.
Basic. Oh, I feel good. Oh, my skin is glowing. You electric. You supposed to glow.
Yes, indeed, indeed. Speaking of glowing and just being electric, Ellie Tom always talks about the solar energy, and the like he talks about like the solartarian or the solar energy or the solar breatharian. So
Mhm.
your relationship to the sun, you know, I know you go hiking, I know you go off in nature, but how has oh, there it is. Nice. There it is. It's written, it's written on the skin. So what made you, have that relationship so deep that you would like to have it etched permanently on your skin, like as a reminder, for the sun that we see in the sky? Like, can you talk about your relationship with the sun?
I'm a child of the sun.
Yeah.
I'm a child of the sun. Um, I love being in it. I want to walk in it. I want to eat in it. I want to talk in it. I want to defecate in it. I want to urinate in it. I just want to be in it.
Yes, indeed. It goes back to the
For at least
primal.
8 minutes or more. For at least 8 minutes or more.
There we go. There we go. There we go. It goes back to that primal way of living, like you said before, with the bare feet on the bare ground on the earth, walking the earth with your bare feet, having that connection. I definitely feel that introspection and that connection when we're talking about, the sun, just having the sun on your face, being a child of the sun, being children of the sun, you know, being in these environments that we're in now. You could say it's unnatural, to have like all of this shelter, these four walls, and these, being contained in these living spaces. Of course, it shields us from different weather. It shields us from, the wind and the rain and, the lightning and all of the, the sun. I mean, but being out in the sunlight, it's so inviting. It's very igniting for
Let me
sure.
tell you about that sunlight.
Yeah.
That sunlight, since the day you came out of your mother's portal,
Mm.
is the only guarantee you have had. It's the only, your mama could get mad at you. You could get mad at your mama, not speak for a few days or weeks. But I'll guarantee you that sun is going to rotate around you every day. And
Hmm.
as long as that sun is doing that, you always got another day and another chance and another shot. But that's the only guarantee we got in this life is that that sun is going to come and it's going to come right on back around for you.
Wow. The only guarantee.
No, I don't give a damn. You get drunk, can't wake up. That sun gonna be there.
Hmm.
It might be a little further along the skyline than you expected,
Yeah.
but it was there and it's gonna continue to be there.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know. So
It was there when we arrived.
mm-hmm.
It'll be there when we're gone. It'll be
It's
there.
there for everybody and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like that's what an example of like unconditional love. Just unconditional. It's like it doesn't care what you did. It doesn't care what kind of person you are, your character, your personality. It doesn't care, the ups and downs, the good, the bad, the misconduct, it doesn't care. It doesn't care. Like it's gonna shine on you anyway. It shines on you regardless. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
And them and everybody else.
Everyone.
Everyone. All of us.
Man, man. Blessings, brother. Blessings. I love your man. Just your perspective is refreshing because, like I said, there are so many things that you said during this session that I don't regularly hear from other people, and I knew this was going to be an interesting, just talk. I knew we were going to get into something because when I heard you talk around the room during the circles, like during the gatherings, you always had something very significant to say. You didn't just open your mouth for no reason. Like you always had something to add,
Thank
that
you.
was
Thank you.
absolutely, absolutely. And you would take things from the surface level to another level. You would go deeper, you would go beyond the surface and be like, hey, but don't you realize that this is because of that? Like, have you
Mhm.
thought about this? Have you thought about that? And I just loved how you challenged people's belief system. You challenged the BS, the belief systems,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I try to be easy, but I just sometimes I just gotta be shut up. Just shut up, Sheldon. Shut up.
But we needed that. We needed that. We need somebody who's unafraid to ask the hard questions, you know. Yeah.
And my wife says, I always tell them that. That's what my wife just said. I always
Oh,
tell them that.
she said that. Oh, say
I
hi.
always tell them
Blessings.
that. Yeah.
Much love, much love. Well, brother, you enjoy family, enjoy the rest of your day. Just thank you so much for showing up the ways that you do. You've been consistent. You've been showing up for Qigong. You've been showing up for yourself. You've been showing up for your health. You're saying you don't know what you're gonna do after watermelon season is over, but I believe that you'll find the next thing that you're gonna do pretty soon. I know either you're gonna find it or it's gonna find you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I like pineapple. Pineapple. It might go back to pineapple. You know,
Okay. It might be back with the pine. It's that time.
the pineapple. I've been buying my fruit frozen now. Did you know that the frozen bags of fruit are way better than the regular fruit? Because when they pick them for the frozen bags, they pick the best quality fruit and put them in there. And then all you got to do is bowl it up and let it sit for like 2 hours in the refrigerator, so it don't get all mushy and it tastes better. So that's
I
what
didn't
I've
know
been.
that.
And it's cheaper. You get the organic pineapple, big old bag of organic pineapples for $9.99 at
Mhm.
Costco, frozen. And it's the best pickings. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's the best
Oh
pick.
man.
So that's
Okay.
what I'm doing. So when I get back on my pineapple, that's it.
So you saying so if it's frozen, it's chosen.
But as of right now, yes. I tried. Yes, yes, yes.
If it's frozen, it's chosen. All right. All right. Appreciate that tip, man. Appreciate the tip. And man, just enjoy the rest of your day and blessings, brother. Thank you for this. Thank you for this build.
First ever interview. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I was nervous. I didn't know what I was going to talk. I didn't know. I didn't know nothing.
You a natural. You a natural. You were made for
Like,
this.
oh no, I am too stupid to be giving interviews.
Nah, this was right on time.
Hey,
This
I
was
don't
right on
have
time.
nothing to say.
Yes. Yes,
My
sir.
man, thank you, and I love you.
All
My
right.
man, all day.
Much love. Much
Appreciate
love.
it.